Good morning. Whatever holiday you celebrate, or none at all, it's a very sacred day. How do I know that? Well, because every day is. And today is particularly wild here. We've got so much wind out there. Actually, it's calmer right now, but just a moment ago there was a huge gust. Lots of white caps. And isn't it funny that just when I wanted to film them, they all calmed down. But it's kind of like life. And I was sharing with a client yesterday the idea of thinking of yourself almost like a mermaid or someone who lives very close to the bottom of the ocean, and yet in a part where there is still light streaming down and beautiful chartreuse seaweed and coral streaming back and forth for your entertainment. And you can, in fact, I started seeing myself almost like, instead of being at the bottom of the ocean, being almost inside a ball, inside a globe type thing, and the heavy winds and the waving water and even storms can be taking place outside, and yet it's still very calm inside. There at the bottom is totally unruffled, quiet. You have everything you need. Of course, remember, you can breathe there. And in a way, that's what awareness is for us. The cultivating the ability to be aware of our own thoughts is like that, where you can look up at the surface, at your frontal cortex, whatever it is that feels like where the storm is taking place, and you can watch it all happening and still be in this place of the calm, centered, grounded observer. Now the wind's picking up a little bit, and it's almost as if you imagine yourself being seaweed on the bottom. You definitely are able to flow with what comes along, and yet you're also grounded, you're rooted. And that's a really helpful metaphor too. Sometimes what really hurts for us isn't what's pushing us. See, there you can start to see all the water is flowing out that way, all the wind, everything is saying, go that way, go that way, go that way. So let yourself go. Let it be. It's the resistance that in many ways is what causes our emotional pain. The argument with reality, the part that says, hey, this shouldn't be happening, I need to fight against it. And yet when you flow with it, whether it's physical pain, emotional pain, whatever's going on, the resistance of another person, the acceptance of that being what happens, and the ability to kind of be curious and flow with it and say, okay, do I really need to resist this? And yet at some point you will realize, if I go too far, that doesn't fit for me either. So that's why I like the metaphor of these grasses being pushed so far over to the left and able to flow, but also grounded in something bigger and not needing to depend. You don't need to depend on all those forces. You are the thinker in your mind. Other people can have their thoughts, their wishes, their judgments, their hopes, their dreams. And you can be curious about what that really is telling you, and how you might want to listen to that, or it can become your teacher when you feel swayed by someone else's wishes for you to change. Where does that feel right for you? Where is it okay to go ahead and say, yeah, you know what? You're right, I have been doing that. Let me work on that a little bit. But then at what point are you just calm and still and centered and being fed by the exact everything that's happening just as it is. It's happening for you. So just enjoy. And I'm inviting you to consider helping yourself in the ways that it's hard to just enjoy, whether you're beating yourself up or having trouble with a decision or needing to really immerse yourself in questioning your thinking about other people in a way that's safe and that turns it around to clarity and peace. So I've added back those things that I sent out over the past week in talking about anxiety and in building a dream. And as we move into the new year, we'll be working on that curious, compassionate self-care that actually allows you to live your resolutions. The resolutions come organically because they're what you're ready to live. And it's so amazing how much the wind has calmed just since I started talking. So think about and be that water, flow with it. Be that mermaid deep under the sea. Be those grasses flowing but rooted. Use the metaphors of nature to help you to love your life as it is and to make the changes that work for you as you move into this new year. Take care. Love you.